Hello and welcome back to Cottrell's Hunting and Trapping Outdoors. I'm going to attempt to make me a coyote gland lure, and what I've got here is some coyote glands that I took out of the coyotes that I caught here that you've seen on my other videos. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to grind them up in this little grinder that I have for this and see how this works. But I'm not trying to make any money off of this or do anything like that. I just want to make some of my own baits and lures that will work, and so I don't have to be buying everything to go out and do this trapping with, because I do this trapping for a hobby and I try to do it as cost effective as I can. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grind these up here, and then I'll take you along on my process of how I am going to do this. So y'all just stick with me and we will get this done. But right here you can see what I have in here, and what I did, I cut these out of the coyotes that I have caught, what few I have caught, and what they are, it's some of their anal glands, and then I cut the pads off of their feet, and then some other glands that I cut out of them. But right there you can see what that is, and no, that won't make a whole lot, but I'm just trying this and we're going to see how this works. But I've had these in my freezer here and they smell like a coyote, so we're going to see how this works. But anyhow, you can see how these turned out here. And this is all that there was, which I said I didn't have a whole lot. But anyhow, right here it is. Now what I will do, I'll let these age for a couple days, and then I will add some more stuff to it. But anyhow, I've got them put back in the jar here, and I just put them back in that mason jar I took them out of. And what I will do, I'll let these age for maybe about a week. I'll have to keep a close eye on them because it's supposed to get really warm here this week, and I don't want no flies getting in here, because if the flies get into this and lay eggs, then you've ruined all of this. So you got to keep a close eye on it. Yes, it's probably isn't the ideal time to be doing this, but I had to do it when I had time, because y'all that follow my other channel, I've got a beekeeping channel and I've been fooling with my bees, and this is the time of year I do that too. So, but anyhow, I put them back in here, and when I get them to the smell that I think I want them, I will add salt to them. And what I do, I go out and get salt, loose white salt, like you give to your cattle, and that's how I preserve these things. And then I'll put some other ingredients in them, and I will show you what else I put in there. But anyhow, right here's what them are, and I will take you out here to the garage and show you how I make this other lure up that I'm going to try to do. But all I did, I put them back in here, and I put this lid back on here loosely, and I will keep these in my cellar there. It's kind of warm, and I'll watch them and keep checking them every couple days and see how they're doing. But this lid is sealed up good enough to where the stuff can't get into it, and it's on there loose enough too to where when this stuff does start decaying, that the gases can get out of this as well. So this is how I did that. But anyhow, I got my grinder cleaned up, and put back together. But this is the grinder I use, and I don't really even know what the name of it is. I ordered this about 4 or 5 years ago off of Amazon, and it's just a cheap little grinder, but that's what I use it for, to grind meat up to make bait out of and stuff like this. But right there you can see it don't have a whole lot of power, which you probably heard in the video, but it will get the job done, and that's what I use. So I'll take you out here to the garage now, and what I cleaned out of there I put in here, and I can use that in what I'm going to mix up out here now. I've got stuff that I cleaned out of the grinder down there. Now what I've got right here, and I go out and collect this stuff, and I know you all that trap, you do the same thing, but I got some coyote feces here in this bag. And you always want to wear rubber gloves when you're fooling with stuff like this, because you're dealing with wild animals and you don't know what they've been into, which you all know that. But anyhow, I've got that in a bowl right here, and no, I'm not going to eat out of this bowl ever again. And now what I'll do, I'll mix this up and show you how I do this. And what I'm attempting to do is make a lure out of all this. But what I will do first, I add a little bit of vegetable oil to this. And I put in, I don't really even measure it out. I just put enough in there to get this stuff mixed up. And why I do that is to just help to mix that up and have a little bit of a base to this stuff. And what this is coyote feces that I have collected while I've been out. And yes, I always carry a bag with me and a rubber glove, and I collect this stuff because I know, which I've never had any bait and lure makers tell me this, because they don't, a lot of them don't give out their secrets, but I know they do make lure out of coyote feces. And what I'm doing, I'm just going to mix that all in there and get that into like a paste. Now, the next thing that I will add to this, and right there you can see it's starting to mix up good. I done put my vegetable oil in. Now I'm going to add some pure glycerin oil. And there again, I don't measure this. But I want this to be almost liquefied. Okay, that's what it looks like all mixed up. And then what I'll do, this stuff it smells just like a coyote. And I'll add a few more things to this, and I'm probably going to put a little bit of salt in here just so that it won't freeze in the winter time. But I've got another ingredient that I'll add to it to make the smell come out of it a little bit more. Okay, to bring the smell out in this a little bit more, you can add anything you want to this. And I want this lure to be a pretty pungent lure. So what I've got some meat here that I didn't add no additives to it. I've had it in an airtight jar, and I've been aging this meat here since, I've got the date here, 7/10/2022. And what I do, because I've made this stuff before, but I didn't make it out of coyote feces. I actually took some cat turds out of the cat litter down there, and I was experimenting with this, and I made some out of that. Some of my earlier videos that you have seen where the bobcat at the tire and stuff like that, that was that lure that I was using. So what I do, I'll put a little bit of this juice in here to bring the smell of this out a little bit more. And I guess it might be the base of this lure that I'm trying to make here, but this is just what I'm doing. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to take it out this trapping season and try it. I will take some of this out here in a couple weeks and put a trail camera up over it and see if we get anything hitting that. But anyhow, we'll add a little bit of this, and yeah, it's got a rank odor about it. And all I want is the juice off of this. But this meat right here in this jar has rotted down so much that it's actually starting to go the other way, and it's got a sweet smell about it. But anyhow, I added some of that juice to this, and now you can see how this is starting to come together and be like a paste. And that's what you're wanting. You're wanting that to look like a paste. But what I will do, I'll go ahead and put this in this jar right here. And when them glands age down a little bit that I ground here earlier, I will add them to this. But anyhow, I'm going to end this video here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And what I may add to this when I do get it, I will add some coyote urine to this and mix in with this. But I don't have any here. You could probably take fox urine and add to this. But this is strictly going to be a lure that I try to use to catch coyotes with. And I will add some coyote urine to this. And like I said, once I get them glands aged down how I want them, I will be adding that to this. And this is going to be a lure that I try to use this upcoming trapping season, and we'll see if it works. It may not work, but you never know until you try it. And like I said, I've said throughout this video, I am not a professional lure and bait maker, but I just like to play around with this stuff and try new things. I will still be using baits and lures that I buy off of people that actually do this for a living, and that's what I will be using too, plus some of the stuff that I have already made up and got made up there that I have in the house there. But this is it, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will see y'all on the next one, and may the good Lord bless y'all. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it if you would. I thank y'all for watching.